Hey guys, welcome to the 5th episode of our MVRK series, Joseph. Last week, we kind of took a look at how Joseph acted in situations where he didn't necessarily want to be in. He constantly acted in a godly manner where even though he was serving his superiors, he wasn't necessarily doing it for them, he was doing it for the glory of God. Even though Joseph lived in accordance with God, the world dragged him down even further than before. We pick up the story after Joseph has been thrown in prison. We see a little glimmer of hope that slowly fades away. At this point in the story, we're seeing God lay the foundation for the future of Joseph and for his people without Joseph even knowing it. So why don't you follow me into Genesis chapter 40, verses 1 to 4. Sometime later, Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and his chief baker offended their royal master. Pharaoh became angry with these two officials, and he put them in prison where Joseph was, in the palace of the captain of the guard. They remained in prison for quite some time, and the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, who would look after them. So Joseph wasn't the only one to make an official angry. However, there is something that's worth noticing in this passage. They weren't just thrown in prison, they were actually put under Joseph's care. So after Joseph was thrown in prison, where weeping about how the world has treated you and crying that God has forsaken you is commonplace, instead of Joseph doing that, he actually continued to serve God and serve the people around him, and things continued to prosper under his care. Joseph seems to always be put in places where he could easily complain, but he doesn't. He knows that God is always with him, whether it's in the highest place in the palace or the lowest dungeon. And knowing that, Joseph continues to serve the people above him as if he was serving God. And that blesses Joseph always and always blesses the people around him. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Next episode, we're going to get into some weird dreams, but we're also going to start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'll see you guys then.